Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking Pregame. A look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. And now, Viking Pregame.
Good evening, and welcome to Game 1 of our Girls Then Boys doubleheader. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and tonight the 11-2 Viking Girls tip off our doubleheader, and boy oh boy do they have their work cut out for them as they're preparing to take on the 12-0 Prairie Farm Panthers from the East Lakeland Conference. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Panthers and the Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Serrar's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll send it out to Colfax High School, where we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game number 1. So it's time to get ready for some exciting high school girls basketball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, NLWN-2, and Viking TV.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of Game 1 of today's basketball doubleheader as the Viking girls prepare to battle with the Prairie Farm Panthers. The 11-2 Vikings, who are 6-1 in the Dunn St. Croix Conference, are looking to show that they can compete with some of the top teams in Northwest Wisconsin and keep the winning going following Friday's 65-24 domination over the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. Now, in that win over the Hilltoppers, the Vikings used their experience, quickness, and tough defense to lead the way. The Vikings especially demonstrated those qualities by jumping out to a 12-0 lead before the Hilltoppers finally scored. Leading the way for the Vikings was the performance of 5'7" junior McKenna Shipman, who hit on 7 field goals, 2 of which were three-pointers, for 16 points. 5'6" sophomore Kaysen Goodell followed by picking up 5 field goals for a season-high 10 points. Meanwhile, Ainsley Olsen hit 3 three-pointers for 9 points, while Jeanette Hajdukovic contributed 7 points. So far on the season, leading the way for the Vikings in scoring is Shipman, who is scoring over 17 points per game. She's followed by Hajdukovic, who's averaging 6 points per game, and Ainsley Olsen, who adds 5.5. Leading the way on the boards this season is Shipman, who's averaging right around 8 rebounds per game, while Hajdukovic and Olsen are each pulling down over 5 rebounds per game. The Prairie Farm Panthers are currently leading the East Lakeland Conference with a 7-0 record and a 12-0 overall record. The Panthers last saw action on Tuesday when they defeated the New Auburn Trojans 79-25. The Panthers have been putting the ball through the hoop pretty consistently this season, averaging 74 points per game. This season, the Prairie Farm Panthers are fielding a veteran team made entirely of juniors and seniors. Look for the Panthers to be led in scoring by 5'9" senior Marnie Call, who's averaging nearly 21 points per game. She's followed by 5'9" senior Sydney Junkins, who's adding another 16.5 points per game, while senior Avery Hansen contributes nearly 13 points per game. On the boards, Marnie Call leads the way, pulling down nearly 8 rebounds per game, while Junkins and Hansen each grab around 6. Thus far on the season, the Panthers are scoring an average of 74 points per game while giving up only 30. On the other hand, the Vikings are averaging 52 points per game while giving up 37. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective as we chat with Vikings head coach Courtney Serrar on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Soon the weather will change and you'll be able to breathe in the clean fresh air of spring. And you know what comes right along with that. That's right, it will be time for Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball. Follow the Cavaliers all season long right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV. Be sure to check out our website at www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com for our current broadcast schedule.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, what they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Once again on Coach's Corner, we're talking with Viking Girls head coach Courtney Serrar. And Coach, on Friday, the Vikings demonstrated their dominance over the Glenwood City Hilltoppers 65-24. Your thoughts about that game?
Yeah, I thought it was, a good team win. I knew, that if we came ready to play that, they would have difficulty scoring. And I thought we, did a good job, working on some things that we needed to work on. And overall, it was a great team win. Lots of kids got minutes and, we came out without any injuries. So I was happy to see that.
Now, in spite of the score, I would think that these games do have value, not only because 10 players contributed to the Vikings scoring, but all of the girls on the roster saw significant playing time. Can you talk about how games like that can become important later in the season?
Yeah, I always talk about, anytime, you step on the floor, whether it's practice or a game, it's an opportunity to get better. So, if you're, regardless if you're a starter or a bench player, it doesn't matter when it's, when your number's called, you have to make sure that you're ready to play. And I also think it was, good to have some different, mixes of girls in there at a time. You just never know, down the stretch with injuries or, foul trouble or whatever it may be, to kind of establish some of that chemistry for different groups is good too.
Now today, the Vikings will have their work cut out for them as they step out of the Dunn St. Croix Conference to play the East Lakeland leading 12-0 Prairie Farm Panthers. Now, what can you tell us about the Panthers and any special challenges they present?
Yeah, they're good. They've been around the block. They have, a group of girls who are seasoned. They've been to the sectional final 3 years in a row. They're wanting to get back to that same game again and show that, they can win, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get there. And I know, adding wins on their resume is just another step in the process. So they're going to be ready to play. And, like you said, we're going to have to come ready to play, and we're going to have our work cut out for us. And, I'm excited. I think we're, ready for another challenge and to kind of get back into the swing of things as our, the end of our schedule is just as tough as the beginning. So it's just the start of, another round of, can we play with the best?
Now, from the information I've been able to find about the Panthers, they're a team that likes to put the points on the board. They're averaging somewhere around 74 points per game. It seems to me that this is a classic matchup of the high-powered offense against the in-your-face defense that the Vikings like to play. Your thoughts about that matchup?
Yeah, Prairie Farm has girls who can put the ball in the hoop, that's for sure. So we're going to have to make sure that our team defense is top-notch and, step up and help early. And we're definitely going to have to win the rebounding battle. And, they'll occasionally throw on a 1-3-1 with some trapping. So we just have to make sure that, we take care of the ball and just work on the things that we've, struggled with in the past and have worked on in practice, and hopefully show that we've, taken a step in the right direction.
Well, Coach Serrar, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings will step up and meet the challenge of the Prairie Farm Panthers.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame as we get ready to bring you all the action of tonight's basketball doubleheader on the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Tonight in Game 1, the 11-2 Vikings are looking to continue to work to improve by facing one of the top teams in Northwest Wisconsin. Meanwhile, the 12-0 Prairie Farm Panthers are looking to keep their record unblemished and notch a quality win on their belt. Now, these two teams met last year with the Vikings coming out on top 62-54. The Panthers would really like to avenge that loss. So the stage is set for some exciting girls high school basketball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network. So in just a moment, we'll send it out to Colfax High School, where our broadcast crew will bring you all the action of tonight's girls game between the Colfax Vikings and the Prairie Farm Panthers. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, NLWN-2, and Viking TV.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2 are proud to announce that this spring they will be your viewing home for Eau Claire Cowboys football. Check out www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com for times and dates. That's Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking basketball.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Colfax Viking basketball is on the air.
And the long pass down and in by Hajdukovic.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly presents tonight's Colfax Viking girls varsity basketball game.
Long pass down the floor to Olsen. She stops, puts it up, she hit it!
Join us as we head out to the gym for tonight's Viking basketball.
This gets it over to the left side to Shipman, three-pointer. She hit it! McKenna Shipman with the three puts the Vikings on top 3-2. Good evening. And we don't have a picture over here as I'm looking over at our cameraman. And lo and behold, there it is. Excuse me. Rick Olson here along with Dan Petchow, Chris Olson on the camera, and we're bringing you this ball game on all of the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network. This is the first time we've ever tried to do something like that, Dan.
This broadcast is ever changing.
It always is. And growing.
And growing.
So we have the Viking girls taking on the Prairie Farm Panthers. Panthers are 12-0 coming into this game. Vikings are 11-2, and as Coach Serrar and I mentioned in the discussion before the game, this is kind of an example of that high-scoring offense running into the you can't score on us defense.
Yeah, I think Colfax is going to have their hands full tonight, and they're going to have to make sure they execute all their plays to a T and make sure they get every rebound.
Now, the Vikings are making some adjustments for this game, which you will notice when Dan goes through the starting lineups. In fact, why don't you do that right now, Dan? Let us know who's playing in this one.
Yeah, here's the starters for Prairie Farm. They're going to go with junior 5'6", number 2, Lauren Call. 5'6", senior, number 3, Avery Hansen. 5'9", senior, number 13, Marnie Call. 5'4", senior, number 15, Madison Steyer. And 5'9", senior, number 31, Sydney Junkins. For the Colfax Vikings, they're going to go with 5'6", sophomore, number 4, Kason Goodell. 5'6", senior, number 10, Molly Hydorn. 5'9", senior, number 14, Ainsley Olson. 5'10", junior, number 40, Jeanette Hajdukovic. And 5'7", junior, number 42, McKenna Shipman.
So the change there is Kason Goodell starting in place of Jada Anderson. And you and I were just talking before we went on the air that that could be a little bit of additional outside shooting for the Vikings. And we were looking at some of the numbers. The highest three-point shooter for the Panthers, I believe, is Marnie Call, and she has 14. And whereas McKenna Shipman for the Vikings has 25, I think you said?
25.
And so if the Vikings can open things up with those outside shots, the Panthers run their front three, run 5'9", 5'9". I'm looking at their starters now. Well, they're 5'9", and 5'9". And that matches up pretty well with the Vikings, with Hajdukovic and Olsen underneath. So this matchup is going to be a real interesting one to watch.
Yeah, I think it might come down to a battle between the coaches. Who's going to put in the right play at the right time, and which one's going to hit their free throws down to the end.
And who's going to stay out of foul trouble. Who knows how to play defense with their feet, which is how you stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah, there isn't too many times that the Colfax has girls that get fouled out. You know, Ainsley's bound to get a couple, and Jeanette's bound to get 3 or 4, but otherwise they've all done pretty good about staying out of foul trouble, so that'll be important.
And I'm not sure what the situation is with the Prairie Farm Panthers. I know they ran into a little foul trouble last year. Vikings came out victorious against the Panthers last year, but this is this year, so last year doesn't matter.
Yeah,
go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, they got Prairie Farm's got a good thing going right now, and I'm sure they want to just keep on this trend.
Well, they want to take that next step. They've gone 3 years in a row of making the sectional finals, and of course the next step means a trip over to Green Bay and the state tournament. So I'll tell you what, Dan, let's take a bit of a timeout, and then we'll come back with the pregame festivities. And you're tuned to Viking Girls basketball, part of our Girls Then Boys doubleheader on the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network, and that's all of them.
January is Financial Wellness Month. Weight loss and physical fitness are common New Year's resolutions, but your finances could probably stand to be leaner as well. Dairy State Bank will post tips all month on Facebook and Twitter to help you get your finances in shape. You can also access a library of information anytime in our online education center. Visit DairyStateBank.com and click on the Education Center under the Resources tab. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School girls basketball. Our next game will be on Thursday, January 19th, when the Vikings will host the Mondovi Buffaloes. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking Pregame at 6:50 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking Girls basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Thursday, January 19th.
And don't forget, we do have a boys game coming up right after this one. That's right. We got basketball all night long, it seems like. And we're just about getting... Dan's in paradise right now.
Yep. Is this my Christmas present from you?
Yeah, it's just a little late, that's all.
The more basketball, the better.
That's okay. So what else do you notice about the Prairie Farm Panthers other than Marnie Call scores 21 points a game?
Yeah, Marnie Call's got 27, Sydney Junkins 24, Avery Hansen 22, and
you're looking at the high,
highs.
At their high outputs.
Yep, they're high for the year. And Eddie Christopherson with 15. So those will be your main shooters for Prairie Farm. For the Vikings, McKenna Shipman's, her high is 31, Ainsley Olsen 21, and then we have Maya Haidorno 12 and Jeanette Hajdukovic with 12. So see a lot of ball control by Marnie Call, and watch for McKenna Shipman making those little cuts that she usually does down the middle of the paint.
So let's send it down to the scores table for the national anthem tonight. And then we'll have the starting lineups in their style.
Please stand with the table. Remove your hats and place your hand over your heart onto the flag as the national anthem is played.
That's the national anthem. And now we'll get the sportsmanship announcement. And for some reason, we lost our signal from the camera again. It just got in his head that he knows it. But we'll keep the audio going and we'll get the starting lineups.
Introducing the starters for the Panthers. Number 2, junior, Number 13, senior, Marty Hall. Number 15, senior, Madison Steyer. And number 11, senior, Cindy Duncan. And who's our head coach, Steve Hall. And now the starting lineup for your Colfax Vikings. Number 4, sophomore, Mason Goodell. Number 10, senior, Molly Idol. Ainsley Olsen. Number 40, junior, Jeanette Hajdukovic. And number 42, junior, Hannah Shipman. The Vikings are led by head coach.
And that's the starting lineups for today's game, courtesy of the scoring table. And it appears as though Sydney Junkins will be jumping center for the Prairie Farm Panthers. And the sportsmanship announcement was made. Now the Vikings will come out on the floor. And that lineup for the Vikings again is Goodell, Hydorn, Olsen, Hajdukovic, and Shipman. Olsen stepping into the center circle. Official steps in. Ball goes up. Tip control by the Panthers. Coming down the floor is Marnie Call. She swings it over to the left side to Steyer. Back out to Call. This is Marnie. Now into the corner to Lauren. She gets it back out to Marnie. Three-pointer on the way is no good. The rebound chased down by the Panthers, and we're going to get a whistle and a travel call. Lauren Call had the ball. She tried to reach through and pass it, dragged the pivot foot in the process. Molly Hydorn right through the center circle for the Vikings. Feeds it over to the left side to Hajdukovic. Shipman to Hajdukovic underneath. Puts it up. No. Ball gets tipped around, and Panthers come away with it. Down the floor. This is Lauren Call. And it's going to be Shipman. She gets it to Hydorn. Into the lane, being put up by Shipman. She gets her own rebound, puts it back up, does not go down. And down the floor come the Panthers. Junkins with it. Gets it to Marnie Call. She lays it up. It does not go in. Olsen with the rebound. And we're going to get a whistle. The foul underneath. And the foul is going to be on Junkins. I take that back. From this angle, it's a 13, not a 31. It's Marnie Call with the foul. First personal on anything or anybody. Vikings have it. Hajdukovic at the free throw line. Gets it over to the left side to Shipman. Back to Hajdukovic. Turn around. Tries to lay it up and draws the harm. Second foul on the Panthers. First shot is up. It's good. That foul, by the way, was on Junkins. It was her first personal. Second shot is up and good. 2-0, Vikings on top. Panthers bring it down, Call across the timeline. That's Marnie Call. Takes it between the circles, over to the left side, gets it to Junkins. Junkins dishes off to Hansen. Hansen down on the left side of the lane. Double team there, out to Lauren Call. Lauren feeds it down into the lane to Marnie. Marnie turnaround jump shot goes in. We're tied at 2. Hydorn to bring it down the floor for the Vikings. Hydorn over on the right side. Gets it to Goodell, down in the right corner. Out high to Olsen. Olsen takes it into the lane, lays it up. It's a little hard off the glass, and coming away with it are the Prairie Farm Panthers. They get it down the floor. Hansen with it. Feeds it into the lane to Junkins. She drives the baseline. Can't get it to go up. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. It's going to be a foul on Shipman, I believe. That's first foul on the Vikings. First free throw on the way. It crawls over the rim and in. Sydney Junkins at the line. And her second shot is up and good. 4-0, Prairie Farm on top. Hydorn with it. Across the timeline. Cross-court pass, and Shipman goes up and got hammered as she tried to go up. Junkins with the foul. Shipman at the line for 2. First one is up, rattles around and off. Anderson and Nigaman into the lineup for the Vikings. Second shot is up and no good. Rebound taken down by Prairie Farm. Hanson with it. Gets it over to Junkins at the top of the key. To Marnie down the left side. She gets it out to Steyer. To Hanson. Hanson drives down the right side. Shot got blocked. Junkins got it, fed it out, and then into the lane to Marnie Call, who lays it in. 6-2, Prairie Farm on top. Vikings have it on the left side. Shipman into the lane, pulls up, no good. Rebound. Coming away with it are the Prairie Farm Panthers. They seem to be controlling the boards right now. Marnie Call on the dribble. Left wing gets it out high to Hanson. Over to the right side to Lauren Call. To Junkins. She turns around, puts it up. We're going to get a whistle. And I think we've got a foul on Marnie Call. We do. It's a foul on Marnie Call.
Yeah, and that's her second already.
Second team foul. Or check that. Fourth team foul on Prairie Farm. Into the lane goes Hydorn, gets it out to Nigaman, to Shipman at the top of the key. Over to the left side to Hydorn. Hydorn to the left wing to Anderson. Anderson, ball got knocked loose. And we got a whistle and a foul. And the foul's going to be on Hanson. Fifth team foul on Prairie Farm. Still over 14 minutes to go in the first half. This is what we were talking about, Dan. It could be the foul situation. Hydorn with it between the circles for the Vikings. She gets it over to Anderson on the right side. Cross-court pass to Nigaman, puts up a 3. No! Off the glass, chased down by Hajdukovic. Gets it out to Shipman, puts up a 3. Off the iron, no good. Nigaman chases it down on the left side, and we get a whistle and a foul. That's a foul going to be on Lauren Call. That's going to be foul number 6. That means after the Vikings inbound it, they'll be in the bonus for the remainder of the first half. Anderson to inbound. She gets it to Hydorn. Hydorn to the top of the key, into the lane. Gets it to Shipman. Shipman tries to feed it down underneath the Hajdukovic. Ball gets tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Prairie Farm. Anderson looking to inbound it. Gets it out to Nigaman, puts up the shot, off the air, no good. Hajdukovic with the putback, and it's in. Jeanette Hajdukovic with 4 points for the Vikings, and that's what they've got. Prairie Farm has 6. Turnaround jumper by Junkins is no good. Rebound chased down by Shipman, and she brings it down the floor. Turnaround move in the lane, puts it up, and they got her for a travel. Hanson brings it down the floor for Prairie Farm. Gets it over to Marnie Call, to Junkins in the lane, puts it up. She draws the harm. So Junkins is going to go to the line for 2. Fouls on Shipman, it's her second. First shot is up and good. Olsen into the lineup for the Vikings. Shot goes up, it's also good. 8-4, Prairie Farm on top. Junkins is 4 for 4 from the line. We have a whistle. Lauren Call with the foul. No, I take that back. Ella Clefstead on the foul. So we have the 1-and-1. And Heidorn's first shot is good. Second shot on the way. It's good. Cuts the lead to 8-6. Marnie Call gets it down into the left corner. Feeds it to Clefstead. Then they get it over to Junkins along the baseline. To Clefstead driving into the lane. Gets it in to go in. Heidorn across the timeline. 10-6. Prairie Farm on top. Bigeman takes it into the lane. Kicks it out to Anderson. Puts up the shot. No good. And we have a whistle and a foul. And the foul is going to be on Nigaman. That's her first personal. Third team foul on the Vikings. Prairie Farm comes down the floor. Avery Hansen on the dribble. Gets it to Junkins at the free throw line. Back turn to the basket. Gets it down in the corner to Clefstead. Back out to Anderson, or to Hansen. Over to Marnie Call. Back down to Clefstead on the left side. Marnie Call between the circles. She backs up. Guarded there by Olsen. Gets the ball over to Hansen, and we're going to get a whistle and a timeout called by the Prairie Farm Panthers. So with a timeout on the floor, the score, Prairie Farm 10, Vikings 6. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Across the timeline comes Hansen for Prairie Farm. Gets it to Marnie Call at the left elbow. Takes it down into the lane, gets it out to Junkins, drives down the left side of the lane. Rebound chased down by Goodell. And she gets it over to J.C. Bovey, who's in the lineup. Hands it off to Olsen, drives into the lane, lays it up, and drew the harm. Laid a little hard off the glass, but that may have been as a result of that foul that was being charged. And the foul was on Paige Richards, her first, 8th team foul. Olsen's free throw is up and good. Lauren Call back into the lineup for Clefstead. Olsen's second shot off the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by Marnie Call. Comes down the floor, feeds it long down to Lauren, lays it up and in. Long pass down to Lauren Call at the baseline, and she took it in and put it in the hole. 12-7, 5-point lead for Prairie Farm. Bovey with it, gets it over to Hajdukovic on the give and go, and she couldn't make it go. Prairie Farm comes down the floor. Hansen takes it in, she's gonna get the basket, and drew the harm. And the foul is going to be on Jeanette Hajdukovic. It's her first personal. 4th team foul on the Vikings. First shot is up and off the air, no good. Vikings come away with the rebound, 14-7. Vikings trailing by 7. Heidorn with it at the top of the key, takes it over to the left side, gets it back out to Olsen. Puts up the 3, off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by Junkins. Over to Marnie Call, and down the floor to Lauren Call. Down along the baseline to Hansen. Hansen tries to get it over to Marnie on the left side of the baseline. She turns around, puts it in. Vikings taking their time. 16-7. Vikings down by 9. Olsen into Hajdukovic, lays it up, and she puts it in. Jeanette Hajdukovic with 6 points on the night. Prairie Farm 16, Vikings 9. Marnie Call takes it over to the left side to Richards, back out to Marnie Call. To Hansen, down to Richards in the left corner, ball gets knocked away. Goodell comes away with it, and she brings it across the timeline, takes it down the right side, turns back into the lane, lays it up, and it goes in. Kaysen Goodell found her way through the traffic and made it count. Junkins with it, gets it out to Marnie Call. Marnie Call down the left side. Turns, heads back out high. Long pass over to Lauren Call on the right side. Out to Hansen, high wide right. To Marnie Call, back over to Hansen. Hansen at the free throw line. Tries to feed it to Marnie, she gets it. Ball gets knocked loose, but Marnie has it. She gets it out to Richards. Back over to Marnie Call, drives the left baseline, lays it up. No! Second shot, it's going to go in, and we're going to get the whistle and foul. It's either Hydorn or Olsen. It's Olsen gets charged with the foul. Her first.
Yeah, Colfax is going to have to take care of that pretty quick here. That Marnie Call is finding her way inside pretty easy.
Her free throw is up, and it's in. 19-11. Vikings down by 8. Hydorn with it. 9 minutes remaining in the first half. Hydorn still on the dribble. Feeds it over to the left side to Goodell. Back out high to Hajdukovic. Feeds it into the lane to Olsen, who tries to get it back out to Anderson, and misconnection on the pass. So Prairie Farm has it. Hansen brings it through the center circle. Over to the right side to Marnie Call. She's between the circles, takes it down the left side. Gets it out to Steyer, and the shot goes up and in by Marnie Call for 3. 22-11. Prairie Farm has doubled up the Viking score. Hydorn with it, gets it to Goodell. Tries to feed it down underneath, and the ball gets taken away by Hansen, and over to Marnie. Down to Junkins, and she falls down, and they're going to get Hajdukovic with a foul. Several players in for the Vikings. Pass comes in to Call. Shot goes up and in. Vikings need to find an answer for Marnie Call. Vikings bring it down the floor. Shipman on the dribble. Shipman turns, takes it to the hole, puts it in. Quickly back down the floor, and the ball goes off Anderson and out of bounds. Junkins was trying to pass along the baseline. Anderson got in the way, but she didn't know the ball was coming. There it popped out of bounds, so it's still Prairie Farm ball. Pass comes into Marnie Call. Down underneath the Hansen, puts it up and in. Hydorn with it right through the capital C. 26-13. Prairie Farm on top. Vikings get it over to the right corner to Anderson. To Shipman. Shipman feeds it to Hydorn driving through the lane, who puts it in.
Yeah, what Colfax has to do right now is just make sure they cover that baseline. If they got a triple team, make them shoot the outside shot.
Junkins with it, left side, shot goes up by Steyer, and it's no good. And down the floor comes Hydorn for the Vikings. She takes it to the right side of the lane, gets it out high to Anderson. Feed down to Shipman, who got a little bit too far underneath as she tried to lay it up. And And Prairie Farm has it. Marty Call with it on the left side. Gets it over to Hansen on the right. Cross-court pass over to Steyer. To Junkins. Lays it up. No. Shipman with the rebound. Gives it to Hydorn. Hydorn across the timeline. Takes it over to the left side. Gets it back out to Keltner, and the ball got tipped out of bounds by Marnie Call. We have some substitutions, and now we're going to get a timeout call by Prairie Farm. So a timeout on the floor, 6:11 to go in the first half. And you're tuned to Viking basketball on the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax.
Back here at Colfax High School, Vikings trailing 26-15. Hydorn with it on the left side, or on the right side. Feeds it to Shipman, drives into the lane, puts it up. No, it won't go. And Prairie Farm comes out with it, and Hansen took an extra step trying to get the pass off. So the Vikings will have it. Shipman feeds it into the lane to Hajdukovic, lays it up and it goes in. That's 8 for Jeanette Hajdukovic tonight. Marnie Call with it on the left side, gets it out high to Hansen, over into the right corner to Steyer, back out high to Hansen. Over to Lauren Call on the left side. Hajdukovic steals the pass. Down the floor comes Hydorn for the Vikings. Feeding it down underneath to Keltner, puts up the three, off the iron, no good. Ball gets tipped out of bounds by Nigaman. Prairie Farm to bring it back down the floor. Junkins to inbound. Gets it over to Hansen. Hansen right through the center circle. Feeds it off to Marnie Call. She comes around to the right side, hands it off to Junkins. Junkins over to Lauren Call, back out high to Marnie on the left side. Back down to Lauren in the left corner. Feeding it to Junkins. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. And that's a foul on Hajdukovic. That's her third. Olsen quickly into the lineup. Give Hajdukovic a break. You don't want her getting the fourth real quick. Junkins to the line. Free throw up, and that one's no good. Rebound, fought for down along the baseline. Marnie Call comes away with it. She puts up the three-pointer. She missed it. Olsen with the rebound. Gets it over to Shipman, and down the floor she comes. Gets it over to Keltner. Keltner puts on the brakes, gets it out to Olsen. Over to Hydorn between the circles. To Shipman from the left side, from the right side. Three-pointer's no good, and the ball goes off of Olsen out of bounds. 26-17, Prairie Farm on top. They have the ball with 4:44 to go in the first half. Junkins with it on the left side, down to Lauren Call. Back out high to Junkins. Junkins between the circles, over to the right side. Feeds it down underneath the Steyer. Back out to Junkins. To Hansen. Gets it into the lane to Marnie Call. Feeds it out to Steyer. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound being fought for. We're going to get a jump ball called. Lauren Call and Ainsley Olsen fighting over the rebound. Anderson into the lineup for the Vikings. Giving a break to Keltner. Hydorn with it. Gets it over to Olsen. Back to Hydorn. Hydorn back to Olsen. Olsen drives down to the baseline. He's at Shipman. Puts it up. No, but Shipman got fouled. She's going to go to the line for two. Foul is going to be on Paige Richards. It's her second personal. First free throw is up and no good. Second one is up. That one's good. That'll break the ice on those free throws for Shipman. Ball comes in and bounces off the Hanson out of bounds. It's going to be Viking ball. 26-18, Vikings trailing. Inbound pass goes to Shipman. Steps back outside the arc. On the dribble to the right side, to the top of the key. Feeds it to Anderson. Out to Olsen for three. Round the rim and out. No good. Junkins with it. Feeds it down to Richards. Richards back out to Hanson. Hanson over to Lauren Call. And to Hanson on the left side. Back out high to Junkins between the circles. Feeds it into the lane. Jump shot by Hanson, no good. Rebound, tied up down there, and we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of Prairie Farm. It was a nice job by Anderson to tie up that ball. Junkins to inbound. She gets it out high to Lauren Call. Over to Richards, to Hanson on the left side. Cross court pass to Lauren Call. Three-pointer on the way, nothing but net. 29-18. Vikings bring the ball down the floor. Hydorn with it. Gets it to Shipman. Tries to feed it down into the lane, and there were a lot of green hands that got in the way. Hanson with it on the right side. Takes it to the top of the key. Tries to feed it into the lane. This time the Vikings return the favor. Down comes Shipman. Tries to take it into the lane. Ball got taken away from her as she did. Feeding it over to the left side. This is Lauren Call. Feeds it into the lane to Marnie Call. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, put back shot by Richards is no good. Olsen with the rebound. She gets it over to Shipman. Shipman to Hydorn. Hydorn on the right side. Back out high to Olsen. Olsen takes it down, feeds it out to Anderson. Anderson over to Hydorn. To Shipman. Two-pointer on the way. She hit that. 29-20. Hanson with it. Over to Marnie Call. Three-pointer. And she hit that. I think she had 1 foot out in the parking lot that time, Dan.
Yeah, that was way downtown.
Hydorn with it, gets it over to Anderson, to Shipman, three-pointer on the way. No, can't get the shooter's roll. Rebound taken down by Marnie Call. Down the floor come the Panthers. 32-20, Prairie Farm up by 12. Cross-court pass to Richards, shot is no good. Nigaman with the rebound. Minute 39 to go in the first half. Hydorn with it. And the shot is up and good by Nigaman. Three-pointer by Autumn Nigaman. Prairie Farm with it. Marnie Call on the right side. Gets it down to the right corner to Richard. She puts up the three and hit it. Now we're going to have a battle of threes. All that inside game, and now it moved outside. 35-23. Hydorn. Over to Nigaman, puts up a three. No, it won't go. Richards with the rebound to Marnie Call. Long pass down to Lauren Call. To Junkins, she drives the baseline, puts it up and in. 37-23, under a minute to go in the half. Hydorn with it. Heidorn feeds it over to Anderson on the left side to Shipman. And Shipman did a little shuffle step before she passed the ball. Shipman and Olsen take a break. Goodell and Bovey into the lineup for the Vikings. Hansen with it. Over to Junkins. Feeds to Marty Call in the lane. She turns around. Underhand layup. Goes in. She makes that look so easy.
Yeah, she's got 19 here in the first half.
Bovey with it. Out to Heidorn. Heidorn between the circles. About 10 seconds remaining. Heidorn takes it into the lane, puts it up. It doesn't go. Nigaman with the putback, and she gets it to go in. And so that's the score at halftime. Prairie Farm Panthers 39 and the Vikings 25. We've got our Viking halftime report with Molly Hydor as our Viking profile coming up right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Found my heart out there in the open. Trees make you feel smaller. Can't help but get lost in. If I need a break, know where I'm going. Where the water's flowing, I'd rather be floating. If it's one thing that can count on to be free. If it's one place.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
Time now for Viking Halftime, with today's Viking profile and other halftime entertainment. That's coming up right after this.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're going to talk with Molly Heidorn. And Molly, you are a senior. That's what I thought. We've been talking for a few years now here at Colfax High School. And Molly, we know that you play basketball, but are you involved in any other activities here at school?
Yeah, I play or run cross country and track and field.
Pretty good cross country season this year, huh?
Yeah, it was fun.
You kind of ran away with the conference title and the sectional title and had a good showing at state?
Yeah, it was really good and fun to bring the team with. So.
Now, when did you start playing basketball and what kind of an experience has it been for you?
I think I started in second grade playing up with the third graders, and it's just always been a consistent thing, and it's always so fun with my teammates and being able to work hard.
So what's the most important thing that you've learned playing basketball?
You gotta be a good teammate and be coachable. You can't just not learn from the coach's advice, and you gotta work with your fellow teammates.
So when you're not playing basketball or you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
I like camping with my family and hanging out with friends and just doing anything active like hiking or biking.
Okay, you got your seatbelt fastened because here comes some rapid fire questions. Okay. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
Which kind?
Chocolate chip.
Now, do you like the chocolate chip with nuts in it or without the nuts?
Only oats. That's the only thing.
That's the only extra thing is oats? Okay. Yep. All right. I've had those. Those are good. Of course, any good homemade cookie is tops for the day. I mean, it works. Your favorite color and why?
Blue, because I've liked it forever, and I always wear that color. So.
Sounds like that's your favorite then. Now, if you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
Probably speed, because then I could be faster both in races and on the court.
Now, if you had a superpower like speed, of course you have to have a superhero name to go with it. So what's Molly Hydorn's superhero name? Not original, but probably Speedy. Speedy. Okay. You know what? If it works, it doesn't need to be original. All right. Do you have a favorite NBA or WNBA team?
Minnesota Lynx.
Okay. Very good. How about a favorite college team?
UConn.
UConn. All right. Now, is there any basketball player that you admired growing up that's kind of inspired you in the way you play?
Maya Moore. She is retired now, but just her character on and off the court was inspiring.
Okay. We're talking with Molly Hydorn on Viking Profile. And Molly, what are your plans for after high school?
Going to college and hopefully running in NCAA athletics.
Do you know where you're going?
Not yet. I'm undecided.
Okay. How about a shout out to your family?
Thank you guys for all the support. I really appreciate it.
So when people are watching Viking games, what number do you wear and where are they going to find you on the floor?
I'll be number 10 and I'll be point guard, so heading it up with the ball.
We want to thank Molly Hydorn for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
CWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
Let's go see your room.
How is it? Is it good?
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
And we're back here at Colfax High School getting ready to bring you second half action with the Vikings taking on the Prairie Farm Panthers. And Dan, the Vikings have dug a bit of a hole for themselves, trailing 39-25.
Yeah, second chance efforts by Prairie Farm have gotten a bunch of points, and they're hitting free throws. And Colfax, they need to protect that hoop, you know, maybe even double team, triple team. Marnie Call, I don't think she's come out yet in the first half. She stayed out the whole time. and they got to hit their free throws. I think they've hit about half of them. So,
why don't you give us the numbers?
Yeah, here's the scores right now for Prairie Farm. They're led by number 13, Marnie Call, with 19, followed by Sydney Junkins with 6, Lauren Call with 5, Avery Hansen with 4, Paige Richards with 3, Sydney Junkins with 6, and Aaliyah Klefstead with 2. For the Colfax Vikings, they're led by number 40, Jeanette Hajdukovic with 8, followed by McKenna Shipman and Autumn Nigaman with 5, Molly Hydorn with 4, Kason Goodell with 2, and Ainsley Olsen with 1.
So, Vikings have their work cut out for them, trailing by 14 as we go into the second half.
Yeah, I think Colfax has to up their offense transition here, and Prairie Farm wants to get them into a running game here in the second half. They kind of did that towards the end of the first half and got Colfax back on their heels. Colfax didn't get back on defense, and Prairie Farm got about 10 points off that. So,
and they've got to shut down Marnie Call somehow. They've got to come up with an answer for that.
Yeah. Yep, they've tried everybody so far. We'll see who matches up this half.
So the Vikings to have the ball to start the second half. Shipman to inbound it, gets it into Hydorn in the backcourt. And we're underway. Feeding it over to the right side to Goodell. Into the lane to Hajdukovic, lays it up and in. Jeanette Hajdukovic with 2. Down the floor come the Panthers. Lauren Call with it on the right side. Gets it out high to Marnie on the right side. Over to Lauren. To Marnie on the right side of the lane. Back out high to Hansen. Hansen drives into the lane over to the left side. Gives it to Junkins. Now down into the left corner to Steyer. Cross court pass now over to Lauren Call. Out to Marnie Call. High, wide, and right. Takes it to the top of the key. Now down to the left side. Down into the left corner. To Steyer. Back out to Marnie. Back down to Steyer. Back to Marnie. Being covered by Olsen. Marnie triple teamed in the lane, gets it to Junkins, puts the shot up. No, rebound tipped around, and coming away with it is Hydorn. And the foul is going to be on Hansen. It's her second foul. First team foul on Prairie Farm in the second half. And the Vikings bring the ball down the floor. Shipman with it on the right side, top of the key. Gets it over to Hydorn on the left. Back out to Shipman on the left wing. She takes it out high to Olsen between the circles. Olsen down the left side. Tries to feed it to Hajdukovic, but the pass was off the mark and it's out of bounds. Hansen brings it down the floor. On the right side, takes it into the lane, pass over into the left corner, and then they kick it out high to Marnie Call. Call over to Hansen, into the lane to Junkins, back out to Steyer. Hansen over to Junkins, puts up the shot from the left baseline to hit it. 41-27. Hydorn with it. Gets it over into the right corner to Goodell. Goodell takes it to the right elbow. Kicks it back over to Hydorn. To Shipman, lays it up and draws the foul. This is going to be a foul on Marnie Call. I think that's number 3.
That's her third.
Second team foul. First shot on the way. Off the air, no good. Very unusual for McKenna Shipman to be struggling at the line like this. She's 1 for 5 tonight. Make that 2 for 6. 41-28, Marnie Call with it. Turns on, gets it to Junkins, who brings it through the backcourt. Feeds it into the lane to Hansen. Hansen tries to go up. We're going to get a whistle on the floor. I think we're going to say it's on the floor. Fouls on Goodell. That's her first personal. First team foul on the Vikings. Junkins to inbound. Leads it into Hansen. Hansen turns around, puts it up in the lane. No. Rebound taken down by Marnie Call. Backs outside of three, puts the shot up, no good. Goodell with the rebound for the Vikings. And Heidorn across the timeline. She takes it over to the left side, gets it to Olsen, drives the left baseline, feeds it back out to Shipman. Shipman takes it into the lane, puts it up and lays it in. McKenna Shipman with 8 points on the night. Junkins with it on the left side for Prairie Farm. Prairie Farm on top, 41-30. Hansen with it, cross-court pass over to Steyer. Now down along the baseline, Junkins pass it to Lauren Call, out to Hansen. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound taken down by Goodell. She gets it over to Heidorn. Takes it down the right side of the lane, gets it out to Goodell, puts up the three, no. Marnie Call with the rebound. Call right down across the timeline. Down into the right corner. Back out high to Hansen. Hansen between the circles. She backs up. Over to the left side. And then gets it to Junkins at the free throw line. She turns around, takes it into the lane. Shots up, no good. And we're going to get a foul on Goodell. Junkins with a shooting violation, or shooting foul. First shot is good.
She's 5 for 6 from the line tonight.
Second shot by Junkins is up. That one's nothing but net. So make that 6 for 7. And 6 of her 10 points came from the charity stripe. Heidorn with it on the right side for the Vikings. Takes it to the free throw line, into the lane, gets it out to Shipman at the top of the key. She stops at the right elbow, puts the shot up, no good. Marnie Call with the rebound. Leads it over to Hansen on the left side. Tries the left baseline, nothing there. They get it back out. Steyer with it, and it goes off the foot of Anderson. Into the lineup for Prairie Farm is Aaliyah Clefstead. Took the place of Steyer, I believe. Ball gets knocked out of bounds by the Vikings, so it'll still be Prairie Farm ball. Jenkins with it, feeds it underneath, tries to get it underneath, and the Vikings come away with it. Heidorn with it, and missed Anderson. Vikings not keeping their composure real well right now.
Yeah, I think they're starting to feel maybe a little bit of the pressure. They shouldn't feel it yet. They just got to settle back down.
Hansen with it. Down the floor. She comes top of the key. Hands it off to Junkins. Junkins over to Marnie Call on the left side. Gets it down into the left corner. Three-pointer by Lauren Call is no good. Vikings come away with it. Heidorn with it. Down the right side of the lane. They got her pocket picked by Hansen. Down the floor she comes for Prairie Farm. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Viking ball. She lost the handle. 43-30. Prairie Farm on top. 13:09 to go. Vikings have it on the right side. Shipman is going to get it in to Hajdukovic, but she got fouled. That's going to be foul number 4.
Yeah, we'll see how long Coach keeps her in for Prairie Farm.
Marnie Call. He just told her she has 4. No move to get her out. Vikings have it on the right side. Feed it in, and ball gets tapped away by Junkins, feeding it down the floor to Hansen. She gets trapped down underneath, and we're going to get a travel call. Vikings triple teamed her down under the basket, and she couldn't move. Now Marnie Call goes out. See if the Vikings can make hay while the sun shines.
Yeah, this is time to maybe move it inside.
Shipman with it on the left side. Gets it to Hajdukovic and lays it up and in. Exactly what you were talking about, Dan. 43-32. We have a whistle and a foul.
See if it's on McKenna.
And it is.
Nope.
No, it's on Nigaman. It's her second personal. Third team foul on the Vikings. Both teams have 3 fouls in the second half. Hansen with it. Shot got blocked by Hajdukovic. She got it right back again. Now she's double teamed. Gets it out in the corner, but to Richards. Ball gets tapped away. And the Vikings come away with it. Hydorn down the floor. Feeding it out to Shipman. Lost the handle on it as she tried her spin move. Hansen brings it down the floor, but it's 1-on-3. She tries to drive in. She got it to go up and in. Hydorn with it. On the right side. Gets down to the baseline. Feeds it out to Anderson. Back out to Hydorn, who's moved out high again. In the lane to Hajdukovic. To Shipman. From 3, no, it won't go. Richards with the rebound. Richards takes it down the left side. She's on the left wing. Feeds it over to Junkins. Then to Hansen. Hansen looking for somewhere to go with it. Feeds it to Junkins at the top of the key. 3-pointer on the way, nothing but net. Thirteen points for Junkins on the night, as Prairie Farm has taken a 48-32 lead. Shipman with it. Gets it down into the corner. Shot goes up by Anderson, no good. Whistle and a foul.
That's Jeanette, that'll be her fourth.
And we have a timeout called by Prairie Farm. So with 10:57 to go in the first half, Prairie Farm 48, Vikings 32. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
Back here at Colfax High School, Vikings trailing 48-32 to the Prairie Farm Panthers. 10:54 remaining. Down the floor come the Panthers. Hansen on the dribble. Gets it over to the left side. They get it down to the left corner to Richards. Back out high. That's to Clefstead. She gets it over to Junkins. Junkins to Hansen in the lane. Looking out into the corner to Lauren Call. To Junkins. Junkins with a pass out to Clefstead, and Clefstead carried the ball. So the turnover gives the ball back to the Vikings. Hydorn with it. Hydorn tries to get it to Olsen, and it gets tied up. Possession arrow in favor of Prairie Farm.
Yeah, one thing Colfax has to do when the ball comes to make sure they go out and get it. Don't let the ball come to you. That's good for Prairie Farm.
That's what I've been noticing is they're waiting for the ball to come to them rather than coming to the ball. Marnie Call back into the game for Prairie Farm. She's got it high, wide, and left. Takes it around to the right side, gets it down to Lauren Call. Back out to Marnie, back to Lauren on the baseline. And the pass gets knocked out of bounds by Nigaman. So Prairie Farm will maintain possession. Junkins with it. Feeds it out to Lauren Call. Three-pointer is good.
Lauren Call has 8 points.
Hydorn with it. Gets it out to Olsen, but she got fouled by Lauren Call. No, check that, by Hansen.
Should be her third.
So the Vikings to inbound. Fourth team foul. Pass to Shipman, and she got fouled as she was trying to go up. And that's going to be on Hansen as well. Foul was on Junkins on the floor. Shipman with it in the lane. Gets it out to Nigaman. Shot is up and good. That was just inside the arc. Two-pointer for Autumn Nigaman. In the lane is Junkins. She lays it up and in. 51-34. Hydorn with it. Feeding it over to Nigaman. Nigaman driving into the lane, lost the handle on it, but chased down by Shipman. Gets it out to Anderson, over to Olsen. Long three-pointer. She hit the three! I think she had 1 foot in Chippewa Falls that time, Dan.
Yeah, she's got 4 points.
Marnie Call with it. High, wide, and right. Over to Junkins. Down into the left corner to Richards. And they feed it into the lane to Marnie Call. Tries to lay it up. She can't get it. Rebound tied up. Nigaman got in there and tied it up with Call. And Vikings have the possession arrow. Don't forget, we have a whole nother basketball game coming your way right after this one's done. Jay Fall and Dan Petshaw are going to bring that one to you. It's the Viking Boys against the Boyceville Bulldogs. Three-pointer on the way from Anderson, no good. Follow-up by Olsen is no good, but she got fouled going in.
See who they get. Junkins or Marty. Call. 31.
So the foul's on Junkins. That's her fourth.
There's a lot of game left here. 8:23.
You're absolutely right. First free throw by Olsen off the front of the iron, a little bit short. Ajdukovic into the lineup for the Vikings, giving Nigaman a break. Ajdukovic coming in with 4 fouls. Shot is up by Olsen, no good. Shipman with the rebound and the putback for 2. 8:17 remaining. 53-39, Vikings trailing by 14. Hansen with it between the circles, over to the left side to Richards. Feeding it down underneath to Junkins. Cross-court pass over to Lauren Call. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound, and we're going to get a foul called.
We got a foul on Prairie Farm.
Yes, the foul's on Prairie Farm, and it's on Hansen, I believe. No, it's on Richards. It's the third personal, 7th team foul. So this is going to put Anderson to the line, and the Prairie Farm fans aren't very happy with that call.
Yeah, I think the difference was that she had 2 hands on the ball. Jada did.
Yes. And she had position, I thought. Free throws off the iron, no good. Marnie Call with it. Feeds it down to Lauren Call in the right corner. Over to Hansen along the right baseline. Tries to put it up, no. Gets her own rebound, but can't go up. She finally puts it back up. Rebound chased down. Marnie Call gets it. Puts a shot up, and it goes in. The other thing the Vikings can't do is give them 3 shots every time down the floor. Hydorn with it. 55-39, Vikings trailing. Olsen has it. Over to Shipman. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound chased down by Anderson. To Shipman. Gets it to Hajdukovic. Out to Olsen. Olsen drives into the lane. Puts the shot up and it's in. 55-41. Driving down is Junkin. She lays it up and in. Well, she always seems to have an answer, doesn't she?
Yeah, Prairie Farm has an answer for every shot that Colfax takes. Can't be trading points.
Hydorn with it to Olsen. Olsen takes it into the lane, puts it up, put it in.
Lindsay Olsen with 8 points.
57-43. Arnie Call with it. Gets it down into the right corner. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound taken down by Olsen. Down the floor comes Hydorn. Hydorn takes it down the right side, feeds it out to Olsen. Long three is short, no good. Down comes Hansen with the ball for Prairie Farm. Takes it into the lane. Gets it over to Call, to Marnie Call, who puts it up and in. 23 points for Marnie Call. And we have a timeout called by the Vikings. So with a timeout on the floor, you're tuned to Viking basketball on the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
January is Financial Wellness Month. Weight loss and physical fitness are common New Year's resolutions, but your finances could probably stand to be leaner as well. Dairy State Bank will post tips all month on Facebook and Twitter to help you get your finances in shape. You can also access a library of information anytime in our online education center. Visit dairystatebank.com and click on the Education Center under the Resources tab. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have along with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
Well, it's getting down to crunch time, Dan. You were saying as the Edge were running that the Vikings maybe need to get a little aggressive here and go straight at Marnie Call and Sydney Junkins. See if they can't draw that fifth foul on those two girls.
Yeah, see if somebody can just ISO against Marnie Call, like Lindsay Olsen, and get the foul.
Pass to Shipman down in the right corner. She tries to feed it, and they got her with a travel. She tried a wraparound pass and dragged the pivot foot in the process. Hansen with it, across the timeline. Feeds it over to Junkins, to Call. Pass goes out to Richards, then to Marnie Call from three. No, rebound taken down by Goodell. Vikings come down the floor. Goodell puts on the brakes, still on the dribble, looking for somewhere to go. Gets it out to Olsen. Feeding it down to Anderson, trying to get it to Hajdukovic, puts it up, the ball goes through, and we're going to get a foul. I think it's on Junkins. Nope, it's on Hansen. It's her fourth. And the shot is up, no good. Rebound by Olsen, and we're going to get a pushing foul, probably called on Olsen. Vikings putting on full court pressure. Pass goes into Call. Gets it back over to Junkins. Feeding it down to Hansen in the forecourt. She takes it into the lane, puts it up. No. She gets the rebound, puts it up. No. Rebound, fought for. Jump ball called. Olsen and Richards tie it up. Possession arrow in favor of Prairie Farm. Hydorn into the lineup for Anderson. 5:01 remaining. Ball comes into Call. Marnie Call backs out even higher. Over to Richards on the right side. To call between the circles. Call takes it to the right elbow. Feeds it over to Lauren Call. We're going to get a whistle and a jump ball called. McKenna Shipman got her hands in there and got the jump call. Ball possession going to the Vikings. Hydorn with it. Hydorn on the dribble. To Shipman. Shipman puts up a three. No, it won't go. Rebound. Taken down by Richards. Over to Marnie Call. Comes through the backcourt. Taking her time. Guarded by Olsen. She's in the forecourt over to high, wide, and right. Takes it between the circles. Now over to the left side. Down into the left corner to Lauren Call. Back out to Marnie. And the coach is telling them to get spread out. Junkins with it now. High, wide, right.
Yeah, they can run a little clock.
Takes it into the lane. We're going to get a foul on Shipman, I believe. That's her third. That's the sixth foul on the Vikings. So both teams will be in the bonus after this. First shot by Junkins is good. That's not the person you want to foul. What is that, 7 for 8?
7 for 8.
And the next shot, let's make that 8 for 9, Dan, just for good measure. Hydorn with it, 61-45. Vikings feed it over to the right side. Now back out, high to Shipman, to Olsen. Olsen taking it in, stops. Kicks it back out to Hydorn. Three-pointers off the mark. Ball gets chased down in the corner by Lauren Call. She gets it over to Marnie. Junkins with it. High, wide, and right, or high, wide, and left. Over to Call. This is Marnie. On the right side, gets it down to Lauren. Back out to Marnie. To Junkins. Taking it into the lane. Feeding it out to Richards. Richards drives towards the lane. Feeds it out to Junkins. Prairie Farm doing a nice job of running the clock right now. To Hanson. And we have a timeout called by Prairie Farm. So with a timeout on the floor, you're tuned to Viking basketball on the networks, or on the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV are proud to announce that this spring they will be your viewing home for Eau Claire Cowboys football. Check out www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com for times and dates. That's Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Vikings running out of time in this one. 3 minutes to go. Junkins inbounds the ball for Prairie Farm. Marty Call. Over to Junkins, high, wide, and right. Pass gets intercepted by the Vikings. Shipman to Hydorn, who didn't know it was coming. Hydorn had a step. Shipman comes out, Anderson in. Anderson could be the designated fouler at this point. Junkins with it across the timeline. Feeds it over to Marnie Caw. Takes it over to the right side. Backs out. Gets it to Hanson. Hanson with it. Feeds it down to Caw. To the other Caw. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. And whoa, what do we have? We don't have a foul.
Stepped on the line.
Okay, stepped on the line. We'll take that. Vikings bring it down, 2:20 to go. Hydorn with it. Put it over to Anderson. Pass over to Hydorn, launches a three. She hit the three! And a timeout called by the Vikings with 2:09 to go. And you're tuned to Viking basketball on the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Soon the weather will change and you'll be able to breathe in the clean fresh air of spring. And you know what comes right along with that. That's right, it will be time for Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball. Follow the Cavaliers all season long right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV. Be sure to check out our website at www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com for our current broadcast schedule.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School girls basketball. Our next game will be on Thursday, January 19th, when the Vikings will host the Mondovi Buffaloes. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking Pregame at 6:50 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking Girls basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Thursday, January 19th.
That's coming up on Thursday, but we've got some basketball left in this one. Just over 2 minutes remaining. Prairie Farm on top of the Vikings, 61-48. Junkins with it. Gets it into the forecourt to Hansen. Hansen, stop at the top of the key. Gets it over to Marnie Call. Marnie Call on the right side. Gets it down to Lauren Call in the corner. Back out high to Marnie. Marnie feeds it over to Hansen on the left side.
Colfax says thing about fouling.
And we're going to get a jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of Prairie Farm. So Junkins to inbound for Prairie Farm. Gets it to Hansen. Hansen lost the handle, picked it up. Gets it over to Marnie Call, takes it into the forecourt, down to Lauren Call, down in the right corner. And she's double teamed. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. Foul's on Goodell. So Lauren Call to go to the line for the 1-on-1. Lauren Call with 8 points on the night. First shot is up and good. (62-48). Second shot on the way. That's no good. Shipman with the rebound and brings it down the floor for the Vikings. Spins at the top of the key. Tries to get it down to Anderson and got it a little bit wide. So Prairie Farm get the ball. Junkins gets it into Marnie Call. Over to Junkins into the forecourt. To Richards down in the left corner, and we're going to get a foul down there. Foul's on Goodell. That's her fourth. First shot on the way. We're going to get a lane violation on Paige Richards as she stepped over the line too early. Vikings inbound the ball. Hydorn picks it up. Quickly down into the forecourt. Long shot, no good by Goodell. Ball with it. Through the center circle. Feeds it over to the left side, under a minute to go. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. I believe it's on Shipman. It is.
It should be her fourth.
Fourth foul on McKenna Shipman. And the first shot is on the way. No good. Or that one is good, I should say. This is Hansen at the line. 7 points for her tonight. Second shot is up. That one's no good. Rebound taken down by Marnie Call. 50 seconds remaining. Hansen with it. Dribbles it over high, wide, and left. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And that's on Goodell. I think that's it for her. That's 5 on Goodell. She's going to foul out with 2 points. They should buzz her out now, shouldn't they? Her shot's up. Now they take her out. Jordan Bovey into the lineup for her. Second shot is no good. Rebound taken down by Shipman. Quickly down the floor to Bovey. Over to Olsen. Cross-court pass over to Anderson. To Hydorn. Three-pointer on the way. She hit the three! 63 to 51. And a timeout called by the Vikings. Let's keep it right here, Dan. Vikings have struggled all night long, but let's remind folks, we got another basketball game coming up. Now let's give you an idea what's going to happen here. When we're done with our programming on this game, we're going to have to turn our system off for, let's say about 3 to 5 minutes. And then we'll be back on all the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network, and we will have the coverage of the boys taking on the Boyceville Bulldogs.
Switch the spots.
We're going to play musical chairs here. We're going to play musical chairs with our computers. And, it's going to be kind of interesting and see how we can make this work.
Yeah, everybody stick around. This should be a good night.
That's the exciting part. So this one, Vikings, it's pretty much in the record books right now as the Vikings trailing 63 to 51 with, I think it said 37 seconds remaining.
If you're an optimist, they have to hit 4
take some
threes.
Miracle shots here.
I saw Reggie Miller back in the day win it. That one there down 14 points.
Prairie Farm gets it in. Ball gets stolen by Shipman. She lays it up and in. 63 to 53. Vikings double team in the backcourt. Prairie Farm gets it into the forecourt, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Anderson. That's her first personal. Hansen at the line. Hansen with 7 points on the night. First shot is up. No good. 19.3 seconds remaining in this one.
She's 1 for 6 from the line tonight.
Second shot on the way. That's not going to get anything. So the Vikings to inbound the ball. Prairie Farm anticipating the roll here. And Anderson gets it into Shipman. Shipman across the timeline. Takes it over the left side. Shot goes up. No! Rebound taken down by Lauren Call. And a whistle and a foul on, I believe it was on Jordan Bovey. Nope, it's on Hydorn. It's her first. I should learn not to try to figure out what they're calling on the floor. Shot is up and no good. Lauren Call at the line. Second shot is up. That one's good. Puts her in double figures for the night. Hydorn with it across the timeline. Feeds it into the lane, and that's going to do it. Final score in this one is the Prairie Farm Panthers 64, Vikings 53, and we'll have a very abbreviated Viking postgame coming up right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Girls Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Postgame, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Time now for Viking Postgame, with a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. And now, Viking Postgame.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, where the Viking Girls just dropped a 64-53 decision to the Prairie Farm Panthers. Dan, tell us all about the scoring.
Yeah, here's scores for Prairie Farm. They were led by 13, Marnie Call with 23, Sydney Junkins with 19, Lauren Call with 9, Avery Hansen with 7, Paige Richards with 3, and Ellie Clefstead with 2. For the Vikings, their leading scorer tonight was number 40, Jeanette Hajdukovic with 14, followed by McKenna Shiplin with 12. We had Molly Hydorn with 10, Autumn Nigaman with 7, Ainsley Olsen with 8, and Kason Goodell with 2.
And that comes out to 64-53. Now, as we said, we do have another game coming up in just a couple minutes. What you're going to need to do, we're going to shut our system down and get things switched over so that we are ready for the boys game. And then as soon as we do, you'll see it pop back up online. Then you can log right back in and we'll have all the coverage of Viking Boys basketball. And that's all coming up next. You're tuned to Viking Postgame, as brief as it was, on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLW. Well, no, it's the outlets of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.